Black Friday is just around the corner. It's that time of the year when shoppers are gearing up for big deals and designers are working overtime to create eye-catching marketing materials. From bold graphics to captivating ads, every brand wants to stand out from the crowd. In this video, I will be creating an email marketing campaign for a food brand. I will take you through my process on how I create brand campaigns that converts viewers to buyers. The brand that I will be designing is for Alpa, a food brand that sells guilt-free fruit chips. We want a design that is bold, vibrant, and fun. At the same time, we want to be strategic and make sure that it hits not just the visual aspect, but all these other criteria. After all, we want the design to make an impact on the amount of sales that the brand generates. The first step of the process is to find inspiration. So first, I will go to Pinterest. I want to look for designs that makes me want to scroll more and know more, designs that make me want to click, the elements that spark a lot of interest, the designs that has a good flow of information, and designs that has a nice layout. As I scroll through these images, I save and download the images that I want to use as reference. Another area where I look for inspiration is my emails promotions tab. How do the designs for Black Friday compare to regular sales? Where do they place the product images? I then compile all of the references to an artboard and select the areas or elements that I intend to use as basis for my design. At this point, I am more interested on the layout and the elements instead of the actual look, because I have to make sure that everything is aligned with the brand's visuals. The next step is to create design thumbnails. Starting with thumbnails speeds up the design process. It helps you brainstorm and explore different layouts, compositions, and styles without fully committing to a final design. So for this brand, I want to follow a hierarchy. I want the 50% with the product image to be the main focal point, and then a countdown on the limited time section, and then a free shipping section. I then add more information about the products and their benefits. And lastly, we will include a section for first-time buyers just to give them more reasons to buy the product. The most important step is to design the email marketing graphics. This can be done in any design tool like Adobe, but today I will be using Kittl to do the design. Kittl is a web platform that lets you design marketing materials, brand assets, merchandise, and so much more. I'll start by creating a project and defining the workspace. I'm using 960 by 2400 pixels to start, but this can be adjusted later. Before anything else, I will be uploading all the brand assets like logos, mock-ups, and product photos, and I will put them in a single folder. I'm also gonna put the brand colors on the side so I can use the eyedropper tool when I'm doing the design. I will be using this vibrant yellow for the background. I'll be adding the logo first. And then let's create a headline for the 50% off. Kittl has a wide selection of fonts that you can use for your projects. I will be using this font as it fits the brand vibe. This section over here allows for modifications on text shading and some decorations, so you're free to explore this section. But I will be using a simple drop shadow for this one. I will use the basic shapes to contain the individual product images. We can use this button to distribute the spaces evenly, and this button to center align the circles. And I will be using the eyedropper tool to copy this light yellow color. I will then pull out the product images and I will place them accordingly. For this section, I want to use a different color. I want this to cut the yellow background to create variation and give more of like a visual break. I will then input the details for the countdown. I will also put shadow on the product images, and you can do that on this panel. I also save this as a preset so I can use it on the rest of the products. For the free shipping option, I was experimenting on using word outlines, but I found it too distracting, so I decided to use a much simpler one. You can also do text transformations in Kittl. There are presets here, but I will use a custom curve for this one. I just use the anchor points to adjust the curviness of the path. I then search for other shapes in their library to add more interest to this section. I'm using both a smiley icon and this parcel illustration. For the next section, I want to use as much of the brand colors as possible, so I'm going for the light yellow. I just arranged the products in an alternating format and then use one of the templates from the text panel, and I will just duplicate this. I then fill in the necessary information and add a brief description in each of these points. The next section is for the 3 icons that also talks about the products. I was able to find icons in their library that fits the description of these certifications. I just put a label under these icons to make it clear what these icons stand for. For this one, I'm using another product image that includes the 3 products. For the background, I will use a gradient and I will change the colors to go from light yellow to bright yellow. Let's also add a title to this section and a brief description. On the left side, I will be adding the discount information. And then lastly, a code that they can use when they check out. The last section will include the brand logo, some links to the brand's social media, and some other minor standard information that you see in email marketing. Once you have established the general layout, you can then go back and do modifications to improve the visuals and the user experience. For this section, I decided to add a hero image of all the products on this pedestal just to command more attention when you first view the email. And to align with one of our goals, I'm adding more call to action buttons. I also modified the chips to contain more information like product names since I figured they were a little bit small. I also added the prices of the products and another call to action. This one is just a minor detail to create more visual interest. Lastly, I experimented on text transformation for the main text and added a bit of decoration, like a subtle gradient effect. And before I reveal the final design, I just want to talk briefly about Kittl. Kittl is a web-based design platform that hosts a wide selection of templates, illustrations, images, fonts, AI tools, and other features that you can use for your projects, just like what we did in this video. Also, you can use code MikeYT to get 25% off their paid plan options as a new user. But if you want to try out Kittl for free, I have a link below that you can use. And here is the final presentation of the email marketing design that we just did. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.